Without D-Wade, the Heat hosted the Sixers, who suffered an injury of their own. Game Time's got the story from South Beach.
So LeBron, a season-high 41 points.
And the Lakers were without Andrew Bynum. See how Kobe and crew fared versus the Nets. Outpowered without Howard, the depleted Magic would face a dogfight in Detroit. Would a monster night from Melo be outdone by a crazy comeback from the Pacers? Plus, the sizzling Spurs go for 8 straight and much more. You're excited, we're excited. Get fired up. It's game time, and we start now. Hello again, basketball fans, and welcome to Game Time, presented by Hyundai. Rick Kamla and Dennis Scott here with you, recapping the final fan night of the 2011-12 NBA regular season. If I had Kleenex, I'd give it to you. It's a little bit of a teary occasion. The playoffs are right around the corner, though. That's the good news.
It's the good news, and you fans did an excellent job all year long picking some great games.
And they did not disappoint with their selection of the last fan night game presented by Sprint, the 76ers and the Heat from Miami. Without Dwayne Wade, out with a bruised left knee, 10th DNP of the year for D. Wade. Ronnie Turioff making his first start as a member of the Miami Heat, putting it in off the feed from Chalmers, the 1,000th dime of Mario Chalmers' career. Here's Spencer Hawes.
Oh, Spencer Hawes showing he has fresh legs, missed a lot of games due to injury. He's ready to go.
And LeBron James right there with the assist to Turioff.
Big time pickup for Miami. Live body, keeps balls alive. And Haslam said, I'll miss it, but LeBron James is going to clean it up.
LeBron James had 12 points in the first quarter. Miami by 6. And then Elton Brand with the rejection on Joel Anthony. Lou Williams to Andre Iguodala.
Oh, just a great pass, a great finish, but big time defense by the Sixers, getting out and running.
Second quarter, Evan Turner. He gets his fadeaway on here.
Rhythm jump shot. Let's remind people, after the All-Star break, went on a 5-6 game tear. I think that guy may be back, Rick.
Evan Turner had 11 points in the second quarter. Philly by 5 after that jam. And then LeBron James driving. He had 18 points at halftime.
And some people don't realize LeBron is left-handed. Nice left-hand finger roll.
Miami by 1. Then Evan Turner gobbles up the rebound. Up ahead to Andre Iguodala again.
Oh, that's called Flight 9 from Philly. It looked like Harris might have hit him in the head.
That's a cool replay right there, too. Philly in front by 3. Then LeBron James to Mario Chalmers.
Well, Mario Chalmers realized he needed to step his game up here lately to help out the big 3.
LeBron James finding Mario Chalmers with the underhanded pass, and Chalmers cashes in for 3. Miami up by 8. Oh, he held the gooseneck for a while.
Take the picture.
Andre Iguodala with another dunk. Philly within 5. They're hanging, Dennis.
They're hanging in there, playing spirited basketball.
But right here, bad news for Andre Iguodala. Mario Chalmers comes over, swiping at the ball, and nails Iguodala right in the eye. A left eye contusion for Iguodala. He would not return. Andre, get well soon. Terrell Harris with the steal, off to LeBron, and 1.
Well, he's built like a tank, so Holiday got to get in the weight room. We're going to slow him down.
LeBron James had 3 the hard way off the made free throw. Miami by 10. Then Spencer Hawes trying to get Philly back in this thing. They're down 4. And then Lou Williams is going to make it a 3-point game.
Oh, big sweet Lou. Didn't shoot the ball particularly well. 6 of 17. Big time shots down the stretch.
But in the end, it was LeBron James who slammed the door shut on Philly.
Yes, you throw it high to the moon, it lands with the stars. Big time finish by LBJ.
Miami clinches their 4th straight playoff berth. They moved to 38-14 with this 99-93 victory. They've won 16 in a row at home. They sweep the regular season series with Philly 4 games to nothing. They've won 11 straight regular season meetings against the 76ers. The Heat are now 9-1 this year without Dwayne Wade. And congratulations to Udonis Haslem. He became the Heat's all-time leader in defensive rebounds in this game, passing Alonzo Mourning. That is doing work. And after the game, with 17 points and 5 rebounds, Chris Bosh caught up with Ernie Johnson, Chris Webber, and Greg Anthony, a.k.a. Elevator Ernie.
Well, the main game plan is to win, first and foremost. But most importantly, we just want to play our game. It doesn't really matter who's out there. We have to play hard for each other. You know, we're a defense-first team, and we're trying to improve in that area. So, you know, we want to give a team one shot, and we want to get out in the open court and try to get as many fast break points as possible. And if that doesn't happen, you know, just share the ball and hunt down open shot.
Great win tonight, Chris. I'm curious to get your opinion. What do you see your team? Do you guys feel like you're as good as you were a season ago, or because of the injuries and the inconsistency, maybe you haven't hit your stride this year?
No, we haven't hit our stride. We're a much better team than last year. We still have that ultimate goal in mind, and we know it's not going to be easy, especially in this season. It's been a lot different, but we're going to find a way to get it done. That's what it's about. We've hit some tough times, and that's okay. We just have to have each other's back, continue to improve, and now is the time, where we really want to put everything behind us and really try to get going with these 3 weeks left in the regular season.
Chris, we know your play has been consistent, and some have called for you to play better or find your place. And as you said, last year you were finding your place. This year with injuries happened, you came in and stepped up and played very well. I just have one question, though, and this might just be me, but sometimes when I see you run, and I played against you, so I know you can run fast, I know you can move. Sometimes it looks as if maybe you're trotting, or if sometimes your legs may not be as healthy. Am I just reading too much into that? How is your health right now, especially with your legs?
Well, I'm good. I just have to get down the floor. That's pretty much. It's funny you see that. I just got to get down. The coaches, they stay on me for that. Naturally, that's just, I don't know, that's just how I do. It's just a natural thing. But I'm glad you said that, Chris. I'll make sure I sprint to the block.
No. You've definitely been running. I just didn't know. Sometimes you have that straight up posture, and I didn't know if the legs are feeling good. But that's good to know, so I know you'll go into the playoffs healthy and ready to go.
Yeah, appreciate it. I guess I just run funny.
Yeah, you do that, but you can ball too.
Just calling you out, too.
No, I don't do that too.
He tells me that all the time too, Chris. So much has been made about the home Miami Heat and the road Miami Heat. Nobody in the NBA is better at home than you are. Why the drop-off on the road, Chris?
We just have to. We just have to play better. There's no other way to put it. On the road, you're in a different environment. We have to really watch our turnovers, take care of the ball, and we have to play better defense. And I think we have to be more intense. We're going to get everybody's best shot, especially on the road when we're going into somebody else's gym. We know that they're going to be ready. So we have to do a better job of taking it to other teams and really just challenging each other. And being 100% every time we're on the floor. Not to say that we don't, but it can be tough and it can be a grind. We just have to stay strong and play a lot better.
Thanks again to Chris Bosh for joining us on Cisco Telepresence. LeBron James goes for a season-high 41 points. Did he make an MVP statement with this win over the 76ers?
Well, I think he reminded us that how good he still is. And when D-Wade goes out, he goes into an extra attack mode. 15 of 25 from the field, only 2 3-point shots, made one of them. So it seems like when D-Wade's out or Chris Bosh is out, he goes back into the old LeBron where I want to get to the rim, I want to attack the rim, I want to attack the defense. And also, too, he knew how big this game was with Philly coming in, Iguodala and Thaddeus Young, the rest of those guys playing pretty well. So to see him get back in aggressive mode was big time for the Heat tonight.
The Miami Heat bounced back. They got embarrassed in Boston on Sunday. And in that game, LeBron James had a bagel in the assist column for only the second time in his regular season career. He had 4 assists in this win over Philly. You want to tell us straight how he got it done?
Yes, and one of the big assists late in the game to Mario Chalmers, I thought, was set up because going from 15 to 25, being in attack mode. You see right here, you have 5 sets of eyes watching LeBron James. He's on fire tonight. Like you mentioned, Rick, 41 points. Now as he attacks the rim, now you see Battier on the baseline. You see Terry off in the lane. Now you see the defense has turned their head now. And as this play develops, you see Mario Chalmers is going to start to move over into a sweet spot and step into the shot. But like I said earlier, the reason this play is set up so nicely is because LeBron James is 15 of 25 from the field. Now look, Rick, and people at home, the defense, all 5 guys are in the paint. I didn't want to put the extra character up there, would have been too clogged up. Now as the play develops, there's the guy I was talking about, 3-point shooter.
All alone,
licking his chops, 8 seconds on the shot clock. LeBron James doing an excellent job holding the ball just in time. Step into it, knock it down. Mario Chalmers been doing it all year long. and he's the X factor. He has to get back to shooting the ball well, along with playing solid defense if the Miami Heat want to get back to the finals.
All right, Dennis, and ladies and gentlemen, we're just getting started on this edition of Game Time presented by Hyundai. And when we return, we'll have highlights from Staples Center. It was the second of our Fan Night doubleheader. Kobe and the Lakers against Deron Williams and the Nets. We'll tell you who won next. Coming up Friday on NBA TV, we got a doubleheader for you. The Pistons and Hawks from the Highlight Factory in the ATL. Our coverage of that game begins at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Then it's the Rockets and the Lakers in the Meta World Peace Bowl at 10:30. It's the Pistons and Hawks, the Rockets and Lakers. Doubleheader coming your way Friday on NBA TV. And the Lakers took the court Tuesday without their all-star center Andrew Bynum, who rested the ankle he injured Sunday night. And there was more bad news for Bynum as ESPNLosAngeles.com reported that the Lakers' big man was fined an undisclosed amount by the team for, quote, multiple infractions, end quote. The LA Times is reporting that the Lakers still view Bynum as a big part of their future despite recent off-the-court transgressions. So without Andrew Bynum, the Lakers hosted the New Jersey Nets. Josh McRoberts starting at the 4. Pau Gasol moving up to the 5.
Be ready. Bring some of that energy as Pau attacks the rim early in the game.
Nice feed by Ramon Sessions. LAL up by 7. Time winding down in the first quarter. Josh McRoberts bobbles, fumbles, and nails it.
Oh, you must be living right, McRoberts. Looked like it was a turnover. You gather yourself, just throw it up there. Prayers do come true.
Here's Stu Lance. Are you serious? Stu, we love you, man. Lakers up 32-23 at the end of 1. Matt Barnes with the steal. Ramon Sessions, 19 points, 11 dimes, and 6 rebounds. LAL up 12.
Strong performance tonight by Sessions. Great pass by Kobe to Powell. Just had a big game down low tonight.
Powell had 18 in the first half on 9 of 13 shooting. The Lakers led by 15 on that Pau Gasol hoop. Johan Petro, no. And then it squirts out to Chris Humphries.
Oh, man, Powell, you got to box out. Or should I say you just got humped on?
18 and 15 for Hump. And then Kobe Bryant hits the jumper. The Lakers led by 16. Their largest lead in the game was 17. But back come the Nets.
Well, the Nets, you got to give Deron Williams a lot of credit, along with Crash. Kept playing, kept fighting.
Wallace had the Nets within 12. We go to the fourth quarter. Sessions to Powell.
Oh, nice drop-off pass. Powell and Sessions seem to be connected very well here.
22 and 12 for Powell. Lakers led by 10. Nets still fighting back. Deron Williams, yes. Nets within 6.
That's called the popcorn machine. Right crossover, left crossover, splash.
Just over 2 minutes to go. Gerald Wallace cuts the Laker lead to 1. It was an 11-2 run by the Nets. And then Pau Gasol to Meta World Peace. That layup put the Lakers back up by 3. Took a shot to the head, but he was okay. Trust me, he was. I know it sounds easy for me to say that, but he was. And then it's Deron Williams from New Jersey for 3, and we're tied at 86.
Oh, that's a big-time money ball from Moneytown.
But the Black Mamba strikes back.
Yes, he does. Get the ball out of his hands. You tried to, but a little too late.
Lakers up by 2. After Gerald Wallace split a pair of free throws, Ramon Sessions to Matt Barnes. It was out of bounds. After a review, it was ruled Laker ball, leaving 2.3 on the shot clock for Kobe.
Kobe, a wide open 3 on their front. And it's back in again. It's a 4-point lead. Oh, are you kidding me? I just told you, Avery, not to let Kobe catch the basketball.
Yes, Kobe must have had some butter on that one because he got the roll.
I mean, talk about your friendly roll at home.
Take a picture.
Yeah, Kobe Bryant and the Lakers survive the New Jersey Nets 91-87. It's the 34th win of the year for the purple and gold. They've won 3 in a row overall, 8 straight against the Nets. And the Lakers are 7-4 since acquiring Ramon Sessions. The Nets' 3-game winning streak is history. And after the game, Lindsey Rhodes caught up with Kobe Bryant.
Kobe, did you hold your breath a little while the ball bounced around on the rim?
No, you know what? It actually felt good. It felt good. You know, I felt like the bouncer was going to go in. So.
Were you surprised that they left you open to take it?
Well, Powell set a great screen. I mean, there was really nothing they could do about it. Once I showed in the corner, my man had to play me, and then he came and set a great flare pick.
I imagine you're happy to get the win, maybe a little frustrated that it turned into a game in the fourth.
Yeah, I mean, we got to be able to put teams away. You know, we have to execute a lot better. And, you know, but they're a great three-point shooting team, and that's what got them back in the ballgame.
Big to get the win without Bynum?
Yeah, I mean, it's good to get a win and get them some rest, and hopefully we'll have them ready for tomorrow.
Well, it's no secret that Kobe Bryant is tough. He's been playing all year with the torn ligament in his right wrist. And we all know by now that he's arguably one of the most clutch players. Well, I don't need arguably for this. No. He's one of the most clutch players in the history of the NBA, as he proved Saturday against the Hornets.
Well, in case you forgot, this is the game where most people say, get the ball out of his hands, Monty. You've seen this enough. You didn't do it. You saw what happened. In the game tonight, you give Avery Johnson some credit. A few possessions before that, they got the ball out of his hands. But to Kobe's point, Powell sets a great screen. Humphrey doesn't open up to let Gerald Wallace through. He must have had butter on that one because he got the roll.
Kobe Bryant, 10 of 16 from the floor on Tuesday, 16 of 28 from the field in the game following the 3 for 21 performance against the New Orleans Hornets. Kobe took that hard, and he has come out, and now he is giving it to his opponents.
That's right.
Following that missing his first 15 shots against New Orleans game. And we move on right now with more highlights. Let's show you Suns and Kings. Steve Nash, 38 years old.
Still getting it done.
Leads the league in assists at 11.3 per.
It's amazing. But Big Cuz said, I've been working on my game, Rick. I want to be one of the best big men in the game today.
He had an incredible performance. Gortat with the miss. Josh Childress rebounds. Out to Jared Dudley for 3.
JMZ, Moneyball.
Phoenix up 29-18. Dudley had 15. Robin Lopez to Michael Redd, 16 off the bench.
Welcome back, Michael Redd. Happy to see you healthy, still letting it fly.
Phoenix up 43-26. DeMarcus Cousins now showing you the D. He's going to get in the passing lane. What's he got for us, Dennis?
Oh, a little funk. Get to the rim, a little flavor.
The Kings are coming back. They're within 11. Then it's Jared Dudley to Channing Frye.
Oh, nice bounce pass.
I heard a tweet get Frye to the line. He made the free throw. Phoenix up 48-40. We go to the third. Channing Frye misses that wide open Jay. And then it's Isaiah Thomas to Tyreek Evans.
Well, young point guards for Isaiah Thomas. Learn from you. Always keep your head up.
Sack down 8. Evans had 8 in the game. And then Steve Nash to Marcin Gortat.
We speak about learn from a point guard. Keep your dribble alive, probe. Find your big fella. Eyes behind your head. Great pass, Nash.
20 and 10 for Gortat. Phoenix up 8. Then it's Isaiah Thomas, who had 25 points and 7 assists.
Strong performance by Isaiah all year long, competing and still getting it done.
And we got a 1-point game, late third.
We have a ball game, folks.
And then it's Tyreek Evans to DeMarcus Cousins.
Oh, just down work. Oh, great baseline spin on the rim, big fella.
Career high, 41 points for DeMarcus Cousins on 16 of 25 from the field. He also had 12 rebounds. Sacks still within 1, but too much nasty.
Oh, yes, indeed. Late in the game, give it to your best player, make quality decisions.
18, 6, and 12.
Look at that pass.
Great Steve Nash.
Oh, look at that bounce pass through traffic.
Incredible. Steve Nash, we're not worthy, my man. He's almost 40, and he's still one of the best point guards in the NBA. And the Suns beat the Kings 109-100. The Suns are back over 500 at 27-26. They're now 1.5 games behind Houston in the race for 8 in the West. Sacramento's 19-35. They played without Marcus Thornton in this game. He sat out with the calf injury that he suffered on Monday night. DeMarcus Cousins is blazing right now.
Blazing, focused, keeping his emotions under control. We know the talent's there. We understand you have game big cuz. We just want you to stay focused. Keep working on your game. Keep your emotions under control and keep proving to people you get it done. Look at these numbers, people at home, Rick. Since Keith Smart's taken over, he's proven the effort's there. The turnovers are down, the technicals are down. Keep getting it done, big fella, because we love your game.
And these are some of the notable big games by Big Cuz over the last 2 weeks, capped off with the 41-12 Tuesday against Phoenix. He came into that game 4th in the NBA in rebounding at 11.1. And when we come back on Game Time, presented by Hyundai, Carmelo Anthony bum rushing the Pacers, but could the Knicks win?
Hello, Melo.
Knicks and Pacers from the Fieldhouse in Indy. Carmelo Anthony and the Knicks looking for their 4th straight W against Danny Granger and the Pacers. Speaking of DG, he had a total of 20 points in the first 2 meetings this year against New York. Dennis, he had 27 on Tuesday.
Well, he brought his A game tonight. He understands the playoffs are right around the corner. They want to move up, so he needs to play well.
Here's Carmelo.
Melo said, I got a 4-man on me. Let me get him in the machine. David West, take that with you.
Knicks down 2, and Melo is just getting started. Final seconds of the first quarter, J.R. Smith to Steve Novak.
Discount, double check, money ball, Novak.
tied the game at 31. Novak had 3 more threes in this game. Leandro Barbosa had 12 off the bench.
Yeah, to the basket. There's no way Novak can stay with that.
Pacers by 3. This was a good ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Carmelo Anthony off the inbound. Plop.
Flash. Nice inbounds play right there.
And then it's Landry Fields with the D on Darren Collison. Fields gets it back. 12 of his 15 in the first half. The Knicks led by 8 at halftime.
Oh, nice pass by Tyson Chandler.
Knicks extend their lead in the third with Carmelo Anthony.
He's looking again. Oh, defense not going to come. I hear a tweet. Let's go get some more.
He's crazy good. He had a season-high 39 points and 10 rebounds. Knicks by 12. But the Knicks turn it over here.
Yeah, bad spacing that time. Good defense by the Pacers. Mon Shumpert runs down the play, gets the flagrant foul call. We know it wasn't malicious. I think just got down there, got out of control. Good to see David West get up.
The Knicks still led by 8 after the made free throw. And then Tyson Chandler, who had 12 points and 14 rebounds, gets that one to go after he made the free throw. The Knicks are up by 14. Their largest lead was 17. But we go to the fourth quarter now, and the Pacers coming back. This 3 tied the game at 91.
Oh, just a tough shot. Bad spacing with the Pacers, but Danny Granger knocks it down.
And then Danny Granger again, this time from the corner. First, second half lead for the Pacers, 94-91. And that's the discount double check.
Oh, he said right back at you. No back, I can knock down threes too.
So can Paul George.
Yes, he can. What a year is he having.
He had 18 points, 8 rebounds, Indy by 5. Now, Knicks down 3, under a minute to go. Melo for the tie.
Oh, man, got a great look. Was playing a well of a game, 39 big ones tonight for Hello Melo.
Danny Granger was fouled off that miss by Melo. It was free throws from there, and Indiana beats the Knicks 112-104. The Pacers moved to 32-21. They snap a 3-game losing streak to the Knicks, and they've won 7 of their last 10 games. The Knicks allow 112 to the Pacers. That's the most points allowed under Mike Woodson. The Knicks are 9-3 under Woody, and the Knicks are 3-2 in 5 games without Lynn and Stoudemire. As we take a look at the race for 8 in the East, Milwaukee was idle on Tuesday, so they pick up a half game on the New York Knicks. They trail by 1.5 games.
Yeah, New York has to buckle down and stay focused. Their next 4 games are going to be very tough. You got the Bulls twice. We hear Mr. Derrick Rose supposed to be coming back. You have the Magic and the Bucks. So lock down on defense, continue to move the basketball. You know how tough these next 4 are going to be.
The Indiana Pacers scored 40 points in the fourth quarter against 17 for the Knicks. Take a look at these numbers.
Well, those numbers right there let you know that early in the game, the Pacers were running in mud. In that fourth quarter, they hit that switch. Outside of Melo scoring, no one else really scored for the Knicks. And, of course, the ball movement for the Pacers. They were just playing very well. Danny Granger, the leader of the team, this year has kind of took a back seat because Paul George has emerged. They bring in David West, but I like the picking up with Barbosa. So much firepower now. All those guys brought their A game in the fourth quarter. You find the hot hand. Danny Granger knocked down 3 big threes to close the door.
14 of Granger's team-high 27 came in the fourth, and we are moving on right now to the Palace of Auburn Hills. Detroit hosting Orlando without Dwight Howard, without Ryan Anderson, and without Jameer Nelson. So Glenn Davis, would he have another big game?
Well, he didn't box out on that one because Max Seal, this is what he does, offensive rebound.
Jason Maxiell had a nice game, 15 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks. Glenn Davis, 12 and 5 at halftime.
Oh, that's a grown man move right there, just strong.
Hedo Turkoglu, watch how tough this shot was.
We call that a step back, paddywhack, take that with you.
Hedo Turkoglu sizzling in this game, 6 of 7 from the floor, 16 points, probably needed more shots. Will Bynum to Tayshaun.
Well, young point guards, take your time, get into the paint, use the rim, dunk on people.
How professional has Tayshaun been this year?
Very professional.
Ben Gordon with the steal, and he goes
Stop
coast
the
to coast.
ball. Basketball 1-on-1, young folks at home, stop the ball first.
Detroit led 43-40. Unfortunately, Dennis, they did not get the message. Glenn Davis, watch the steal. And he goes coast to coast.
What, little 0.4, 0.5, stepping in for Dwight? Oh, you gotta love the big fella with the soft touch.
Davis had a career-high 31 points. Greg Monroe
said, guess what, Rick? I could do the same thing. I can steal the ball. I can take it coast to coast.
Monroe had 22 points, 11 rebounds, and a bunch of other goodies. Detroit led by 7. Chris Duhon filling in for Jameer Nelson out with a calf injury. Dew hits the 3. Orlando led by 1. We go to the fourth quarter. Back comes Greg Monroe.
We talked about Greg Monroe being a bright spot for the Pistons all year long, showing his offense is catching up with his defense.
Detroit by 5. Then it's Ish Smith to Glenn Davis. Dennis, in the last 2 games, starting for Dwight Howard, Davis is averaging 24.5 points and 13 rebounds.
Be ready, stay ready.
And then it's Jonas Jerebko to Ben Wallace.
Oh,
back
nice,
to Jonas.
Nice 4 or 5 give and go. Big time finish.
Jerebko had 13 off the bench. Detroit by 9. Are they going to beat the Magic?
Huh?
The fans at the Palace think so. Ben Gordon finds Brandon Knight for 3. No, Tayshaun Prince taps it in.
Oh, Tayshaun Prince getting to the rim. Extra point, extra rebounds, extra effort.
Stan Van Gundy needs a hug. His team loses 102-95. Detroit gets their 20th win. They've won 8 of 10 at the Palace. Orlando is now 32-22. And they've lost a season-high tying 4 straight games. Dwight Howard, second DNP this year, the 9th of his career. And Ben Wallace recorded his 7,000th career defensive rebound in this game. After which, Stan Van Gundy was asked about losing without 3 of his starters.
We have enough veteran guys who know what they're supposed to do. It's taking pride in what you do, doing it every possession, and making the defense important over these last, 12 games here to get better to head into the playoffs, because this defense will not cut it. It won't cut it if Dwight comes back. That's not going to cut it. That defense will not cut it. I mean, Dwight played tonight. He's not going to get much more than the 31 points that Glenn got. It's not a matter of that. We've got a guard, and we're not getting that message.
Stan Van Gundy and his Orlando Magic in just one night sink from 3 to 5. Indy wins, Orlando loses. The Pacers vault up to 3. The Magic slip down to 5. How do you like that, Dennis?
Well, it's tough for Orlando. They're in a little funk. Obviously, not having Dwight's going to be a tough way to get wins, but we saw what happened last year. They were 4, Atlanta was 5, and they lost that series. So either way, where they are, they have to be playing better basketball if they want to get out of the first round.
And we're going to get out of here, but come back with more on the other side of this break. This is Game Time presented by Hyundai. Tony Parker going Rondo on the Cavaliers, and the Spurs went off again. Second of a back-to-back-to-back for the Grizzlies, hosting the Warriors, and Mike Conley back in the lineup after missing 2 games with an ankle injury. Marc Gasol to Rudy Gay.
Oh, nice finish, but also nice play drawn up by Lionel Hollins. You raise your 5-man. Excellent bounce pass by Marc Gasol.
6 assists in the game for Gasol. He also had 12 points and 4 blocks. David Lee had 22 and 13. How good has he been?
Very good. Lefty-righty, been getting it done all year long.
Nate Robinson to Brandon Rush. How dialed in has he been?
He's locked and loaded. Get to that corner, spot up, let it fly.
13 off the bench for Rush. Golden State by 4. And then it's Quincy Pondexter to Gilbert Arenas.
Hibachi, Gilbert, is that guy back?
He had 10 points on 4 of 4 from the field, like mini hibachi, if you will. Mike Conley back and feeling good.
Yeah, fresh legs, couple days off to get the ankles healed up, ready to go.
He had 18 points on 7 of 11 shooting. Conley puts Memphis up 45-44. Back comes Little Nate to David Lee.
Well, David Lee getting down low. Double team doesn't come. No need, too late.
And we are tied at 50 apiece at halftime. To the third we go. Charles Jenkins pushing it real good, finding Darrell Wright for 3.
Well, this is a great job, Jenkins, sucking the defense. Transition 3 by Darrell Wright.
This time, Jenkins keeps it himself.
Well, it's a great story this year. Be ready, stay ready. You never know your name's called. Jenkins is ready.
3 the hard way for the Rook. Golden State by 9. Rudy is off. Brandon Rush gobbles it up, and Little Nate plops it in. He had 18 off the bench. Golden State by 12.
Oh, stop and pop. Feeling good, Nate.
More Nate.
More Nate?
Yes, more.
More stop and pop over the big fella. Nate's feeling it.
So 12-point lead right there for Golden State, their largest of the game. But the Grizzlies had them right where they wanted them.
Yes, they do. Big time 3 by OJ. Reminded you of last night or night before last in OKC. Shooting the ball very well.
He had 19 points off the bench, 4 of 6 from deep. And then it's Marc Gasol, the hook and the foul, capping a 13-0 Grizzlies run. They took the lead.
Oh, big fella says, I love contact.
And then Marc Gasol misses. Rudy Gay is there.
Oh, fresh off his feet, Rudy Gay, big time finish.
Sorry, Mark Jackson. Your club goes down in defeat, 98-94. The Grizzlies close out the Warriors on a 24-8 run. And the Grizzlies get their 30th win of the year against 22 losses. They're 2-0 in their back-to-back-to-back set that concludes Wednesday at Dallas. Memphis is 9-1 when Mayo goes 18 or more. They've won 6 straight against the Warriors, who have lost a season-high 6 straight basketball games. And we take a look here at Gilbert Arenas. In the previous 4 games, he had 8 points. On Tuesday, he had 10.
Very happy for Gilbert. We all know his story. But to continue to work on your game, to continue to believe in yourself, that means opportunity, taking advantage of it.
And maybe it's just me, but the NBA is better with Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert, glad to have you back. Speaking of back, Kyrie Irving back in the lineup after missing a game with a right shoulder injury. All-star Tony Parker says, bring it on, Rook.
Bring it. I'm not scared, big timer. I know how to throw it to the rim. It's my big fella.
Tristan Thompson cashes in, 10 points for him. Cleveland led by 1. And then it's Tony Parker.
He said, Rook, this is what I do. I get to the rim. Unless you have help behind you, I will score.
And he's like, yo, I make all-star games, too.
This is what I do. I've been doing this my whole career.
I think Kyrie Irving's going to be making some all-star games.
I agree.
Danny Green doing it to his former team.
Well, Danny said, I've seen these rims before. They know me.
They waived him, Dennis, did the Cavaliers. Danny Green had 40 points in 20 games with the Cavaliers. He had 19 on Tuesday.
A little get back for letting him go.
No question. Tim Duncan, a quiet night. Just 7 points, 8 rebounds in 23-plus minutes.
Now, Timmy, we know what time it is. He's waiting for the end of the month, playoff time.
Tony Parker had 19 points and 5 assists. San Antonio by $1 million.
The stat sheet says keep him, or should I say the scouting report said keep him out the lane. He still gets there.
And then a couple of new additions for the Spurs. Boris Diaw to Patty Mills, who led the Spurs with a season-high 20. And Kyrie Irving's, well, what's he saying right there?
He's like, man, I should have stayed in the training room.
All 13 players that dressed for the Spurs scored in this game. The Spurs get their 37th win. They've won 8 in a row, and they're now just 2 games behind OKC. The Spurs go off for season highs with 125 points and 62 bench points. Cleveland has lost 8 in a row. Now it's time for the Cinco Stat of the Night presented by Corona. And we take a look at the Spurs surge right here. Since March 21st, they're 8-0. Dennis, they're going like 108 per game. They're shooting 49% from the field, and they are straight ballers.
It's called championship focus. Greg Popovich has been there before. He knows what needs to get done. They've added some new pieces. They've picked up the offense. Your star players are rested. It's the playoff push, the championship push.
Now, we know that the San Antonio Spurs with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, and Manu Ginobili have one of the best big threes of all time. And now they are 2 games behind the Oklahoma City Thunder. And you take a look at the Lakers and Clippers separated by 1.5 games leading into Wednesday night's showdown. Memphis is 5th. They're 1 game up on Dallas. And check out Houston. They did not play on Tuesday, so Phoenix won, and they picked up a half game on them. Houston leads the Suns by 1.5 games, and the Rockets lead the Jazz by just 1 game in the race for 8 in the Western Conference. When we come back on Game Time presented by Hyundai, Andrea Bargnani and the Raptors hosted the Bobcats, and Bargnani went off.
Yes, he did. Big fella came to play.
Check out NBA.com/D-League for everything regarding the NBA's Development League. And with the D-League's regular season concluding on Saturday, teams continue to battle for playoff positioning, including the Springfield Armor, who are vying for the Eastern Conference crown, and with it, the automatic number 2 seed. Rick Kamla and Dennis Scott. And Dennis, the Armor is led by 7-foot center Jeff Foote, who is averaging 15 points and nearly 9 rebounds. He was a D-League All-Star, and NBA TV recently caught up with the Cornell grad and got his thoughts on battling for a division title and life in the D.
Jeff Foote, Springfield Armor, in the center. I started this season actually over in Poland. Things that just didn't work out over there. And then joined the D-League, and it's been terrific so far. I've had a great coaching staff and a great experience. And I've had some offers to go back over internationally, but you know, I think I'm just kind of learning too much here and enjoying the system here. One thing people might not know about me is I'm a huge professional wrestling fan. Stone Cold was a personal hero of mine. It would make my year if I could ever meet him and, like have dinner with him or something. That'd be awesome. Hakeem Olajuwon. Loved his post game. Always tried to kind of model my game after that, and just the way that he would get around defenders and the way that he played was, something I always wanted to emulate. Best basketball moment, definitely when I was at Cornell, and we had just beaten Wisconsin by 26, 28 or something like that. We were kind of all in the locker room, and our coach came in. We were just kind of all, enjoying that moment and, you know, our success, especially as like an Ivy League program. Best basketball advice, I guess, was become more aggressive. You know, allow your emotions to play into the game a little bit. My mom and my dad, you know, they did a terrific job raising me and my brother. Always kind of instilled belief in me that I can accomplish my goals. You know, when you're playing, it's great for you mentally to just kind of let things go and just go out and have fun.
And that is your NBA D-League Spotlight. Jeff Foote got called up by the New Orleans Hornets earlier this year. And we take a look at points of interest for the 2011-12 NBA Development League season. Saturday, the regular season concludes. Sunday, the top 3 seeds choose their first-round opponent. Then April 10th, the playoffs begin. The LA Defenders clinch the top overall seed, and the Iowa Energy, who won the championship last year, are currently the 8th overall seed. We are heading to Toronto. Raptors hosting Bobcats. Andrea Bargnani and the Raps just 10-17 at the Air Canada Center. Tyrus Thomas and Ben Uzo collide, and Thomas gets hit in the chin. He did not return.
Ouch. That time you got to keep your face out the place on that one.
Tyrus, get well soon.
Man.
DeMar DeRozan spinning baseline J. He had 20.
Well, one of the bright spots for the Raptors. Had it banged up a little bit lately, but good to see him back.
Toronto up 8 in the fourth quarter. The Bobcats on the comeback trail. Byron Mullins is going to catch it, stroke it for 3.
A stretch big man. Salah says, play good defense, I'll let you shoot the ball.
Charlotte was down 1 at that point, and then Andrea Bargnani comes back on the very next play.
Speaking of shooting the basketball.
How do you leave him alone?
Someone missed that assignment.
Now we got 47 seconds left. DJ Augustine coming off the bench in this one. Kemba Walker got the start at the 1. Augustine had 18 and 7, and that long 3 to make it a 1-point game with 40.6 to go.
Oh, just a big-time shot. You got to get a hand up, get him off his sweet spot.
Bargnani with another answer.
Well, I've been impressed all year when he's been healthy, not just selling for the three-point shot, getting into the post, doing damage.
He had a game-high 30, Toronto by 3. Then it's Byron Mullins here with a chance to tie, but it's an air ball.
Oh, somebody left the window open on that one. Too much air on that one.
Paul Silas says, ay. That is loss number 44 this year for my squad. And the Bobcats have lost 8 in a row. Toronto moves to 19-35 with the win. They're 4-1 when Bargnani has 30 or more. And for the Raptors, it's their first back-to-back wins since December of 2010. So, Dennis, they've got some pieces there in Toronto. You've got Bargnani, you've got Jose Calderon, you've got DeMar DeRozan. How close is this team to contending in the East?
I think they have a chance to be pretty decent here in the next couple of years. Find somebody in free agent, get a big-time rebound, and find another perimeter defender. And Jose Calderon, 11 assists tonight, solid, always playing a good floor game. You mentioned DeMar DeRozan, jump shots gotten better, and defensively, more confidence in him. Dwayne Casey, just like Mark Jackson, it's hard to change the culture overnight, but he has the team competing every night, and that's a positive sign.
And don't forget, Raptors fans, you've got Jonas Valanciunas possibly coming to the NBA next season. He was the 5th overall pick in the 2011 NBA draft, and by all accounts, the guy is a stud. And when we come back, we've got the greatest hits version of the Sprint Fan of the Week. The fans take center stage next on Game Time, presented by Hyundai.
And I tell you, straight up smash mouth basketball, look out, because we're coming for you. Chicago, look out, we're coming for you. Miami, look out, we're coming for you. Dallas, you already saw we came for you.
Hey, do you have a howl for us? You have a Wolves howl for us before we let you go.
It is time for the Fan of the Night and the Fan of the Week. Jim, thank you very much. I know this must be a huge honor to be the first Fan of the Week of the season.
It certainly is. Holy mackerel, we got Johnny Damon. Whoa. And we also have Justin Rose, who just won his 4th PGA Tour event.
So let's head to the Target Center and chat with Mark Haugen via Arena Link.
Dr. Albert Rivera, who I understand is a season ticket holder from day one.
They knew they were going to pick me because I'm wearing the funky Chris Webber glasses, but they're blue instead of black.
Hey, but you know what? You look fresh, and that's all that matters.
This was the scene Saturday night. And that was Omar Ortega. What you going to do with that $10,000, Omar? Got plans?
I'm going to upgrade my seats.
Joe Van Sheppen joins us right now.
Can we show that Jane Fonda pose again?
Jane,
oh, yeah.
Physical.
Daniel Stern, who's a season ticket holder the last 2 seasons.
Gus, thanks for doing this. And from what I understand, you've been a season ticket holder for now a couple of seasons, correct?
Yes, sir.
Safe to say that the night LeBron made the decision, you made the decision also?
I believe it was Mario Chalmers and Michael Beasley were the only 2 players that were signed on the Heat.
Now, Daniel, I don't want to quibble with you, but you're the second Heat fan who's given us that exact same story.
And we welcome to the proceedings Mr. Lawrence Plummer. It is my understanding that you have your own financial services business, and you are a pastor, which makes passing the plate rather interesting, I'm sure.
Ernie, what do you mean by that?
I'm curious to know the names of your children.
Yeah, I have a daughter. Her name's Pacey. I actually initially tried to slip Reggie in there, and she wasn't going for Reggie.
And we've got Michael Hobson, season ticket holder for the Indiana Pacers since the early 90s.
And I tell you, straight up smash mouth basketball, look out, because we're coming for you. Chicago, look out, we're coming for you. Miami, look out, we're coming for you. Dallas, you already saw we came for you.
Forget basketball. Let's get to something important. Can you help me out with my grip and my backswing?
You know, if we're starting with someone like Charles Barkley, then I'm not sure. I think he might be beyond help.
I love the video of you at the dunk contest.
Yeah!
You at the dunk contest in Atlanta.
I knew I'd like to. Yes! We got it for you, Ernie. The elevator goes all the way to the top.
And we welcome Charles Horn to the proceedings from the United Center. Sir Charles, how are you?
I'm doing great, guys. How are you?
If I were doing any better, I'd be jealous of myself.
Hey, do you have a howl for us? Do you have a Wolves howl for us before
You're an investment broker. The Dow hit 13 grand today, and you get to be on NBA TV. That's a good day, I would think.
That's a very good day. I'm very happy to be here. Thank you, gentlemen. This is a lot of fun. Thank you.
What a year. Some awesome moments, and those were some of the best moments from our pregame interviews with fans from Fan Night presented by Sprint. Also during those shows, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony attempted to predict the winners of each Fan Night game, and what originally began as something simple quickly took on a life of its own and morphed into something a whole lot bigger and weirder. Earlier, Ernie Johnson broke it all down during the final Fan Night of the season.
If you're wondering what we are talking about, there was a little bet on our first Fan Night between Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. And, well, rather than me explain the whole thing, just watch this piece of tape.
Having said all that and having given us the keys, who's going to win tonight's game in Miami?
I'm going to go with the home team. I just think that LeBron's going to have a monster game.
I think San Antonio's going to win the first game in a row.
We got to start having a competition. We got to have a competition, see Webb and I.
So who wins tonight? Greg?
I'm going to have to go with the Miami.
I'm going to go with the Miami Heat.
The loser of this bet on the last Fan Night of the season will have to do the show dressed in something as close to the elevator Ernie Johnson shirt still exists.
Is that a sponsor? Was that your corporate sponsor?
No, you know what? I was wearing Dominique's shoe.
2-1. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you because I do not want to wear elevator EJ.
Where you want to go for a bonus pick here? Who do you like in this game? See, Webb, you go first.
I'm going Portland.
I'm going to go with my former high school alum, Lionel Hollins, and the Memphis Grizzlies. And
Greg, who wins?
Can I get on camera before I make my pick? I'm going with Memphis.
Is that the way you looked at it?
I'm going with Denver. I'm going with Oak.
Yeah. Oh, and Greg thinking the
you know
whole
what,
team
man?
might have something in
I'm
store for
going to go with the underdog.
Won't do it.
Oh, we're tied up at 3 apiece. All of that being said, who wins? There's the wardrobe.
I'm going with the Heat because I don't want to do that. I'm going to take LeBron, baby. I'm going with the Heat.
You know what? I'm going to go with the team that needs this win. I'm going with the hometown crew.
Who wins the game tonight?
I'm going with the Heat. I'm going with the Heat.
And I'm with you. I'm with the Heat, too. I'm with the Heat, too.
And so Chris Webber wins the Pick'em contest on Fan Night, which means Greg Anthony turning the clock back to the original Elevator Ernie 1986 media slam dunk at the Omni in Atlanta.
Are you ready for some grape smuggling?
Bring him on. Greg Anthony.
Ashley Larry. The hardest working man in show business. I hope that's something in your pocket.
So much fun. I can't wait for the next season of Fan Night presented by Sprint. Hey, you can check out Ernie Johnson. I don't think he'll be dressed as Elevator Ernie.
No,
probably in a really, really nice
suit.
He'll be with Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, and Kenny the Jet Smith all night Thursday. They've got this doubleheader coming your way at 7. They've got the Knicks and Magic from Orlando. Then at 9:30, ooh la la, the Celtics and Bulls from Chicago. It's all coming your way Thursday night on TNT. Craig's never going to live that down.
No, he's not. I love the glasses.
Time for a retweet before we go. And Rockets point guard Kyle Lowry's been watching some college ball. He says the most dominant bigs in NCAA wins the national chip games, and both men and women's can't teach height. Davis helps Kentucky win the title on Monday. Griner helps Baylor win the women's title on Tuesday. And on Wednesday night, on the Deuce at 8, it's the Thunder and Heat from Miami. And at 10:30 on ESPN, the Lakers and Clippers in the battle for L.A. We don't know if Bynum's going to play in this game or not. Give me a thought on that game.
Well, DeAndre Jordan, get your rest. Kenyon Martin, be ready to play. And as long as you have CP3, you have a chance to win.
Hey, this has been a blast with Dennis Scott, wrapping up the final Fan Night presented by Sprint of the 2011-12 NBA regular season. For DZ and our crew, I'm Rick Kamla. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you.